Hey y'all, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. We are going to discuss rising gas prices. So, thank you all so much for joining. I hope that you and your families are doing well. All right, we're going to be getting started. So, how have you all been? Let me know in the chat how are you and your family doing? Y'all, it has been super hot lately, right? Please make sure that you're drinking water, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're staying hydrated. I got my water here, and we got to do what we got to do, y'all, to survive and to take care of ourselves and our families. So again, before I get started, this is episode 33, by the way, y'all. Can you believe that we have done 33 episodes so far? So before I get started, I just wanted to say that I am thankful for your support, for you all watching the videos, the content that I post here on the channel, for your comments. I enjoy interacting with my subscribers. So, you all comment and we have discussions, and we don't always have to agree. We can, respectfully disagree, but I do enjoy interacting in the comments with subscribers. So on any of the videos that I post, you all leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the video, the content, and I do respond back. So I want to say thank you all for that. Thank you all for your support in sharing the channel with your family members and friends, as well as tuning in each week when I upload new content. So thank you all so much. This is the July 4th weekend. This is July 4th weekend, and I know that many people are traveling all across the country. Some people may even be going out of the country, traveling abroad. And so tonight's news story, I want to talk about rising gas prices. So this is some news that all of us need to know about. You all know that here on the channel, I bring you commentary you can use. And so gas prices, that's something that affects all of us. So I definitely want to bring you some news about that. Make sure, before I get into it, make sure you hit the like button. Also share this video, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. So earlier, I did a video on the Facebook page. If you don't already like the page, or if you don't follow the page, you can follow me on Facebook at Andrea Speaks TV. All you have to do is just type in Andrea Speaks TV, and it will show up in the search. And earlier I did a video on Facebook just to let everyone know that I was going to be going live. And I said that I may do a, combined episode and talk about several different topics. Well, tonight I'm only going to stick to rising gas prices. I will be coming on, if not later tonight. I'll try to get some videos in maybe late Saturday night, maybe early Sunday morning. And the reason being is because my daughter and I have something fun planned. So I wanted to come on, let you all know what was up about rising gas prices, and then I'll come back on a little bit later. So what we're going to do is talk about what's going on. Okay, so again, thank you all so much for tuning in. The information that I have to share with you tonight does come from CNBC, and it talks about the title of the article says drivers will face the highest July 4th gasoline prices in 7 years, y'all, and they are heading higher. So let me bring you some details about that. All right, so again, this is the July 4th weekend, and the article says that July 4th gas prices are expected to be the highest they've been for the holiday weekend. That's the July 4th holiday weekend in 7 years, y'all. In 7 years. That's what, since 2014, right? And they are forecast to rise even higher later on this summer. Okay. Now, the article goes on to share that the national average of gasoline is $3.12. Um, just this past Thursday, which was yesterday, and it is nearly $1 more than prices were 1 year ago. Okay, at the same time, y'all. Now, this is according to AAA. Okay, now analysts also say the price could jump. Okay, so if y'all think this is expensive, analysts are saying that the price could jump another 20 cents or more per gallon this summer. Okay. Now, the article did also mention that it is unusual for gasoline prices to continue rising into the summer. Now, based on my research, I went back. Gas prices were lower last summer. Of course, people weren't traveling due to the pandemic, but typically the trend has been over the past several years is that during the summertime, gas prices usually decrease. Okay. So the article did mention that it is unusual for gasoline prices to continue rising into the summer. The last time that happened was in 2008, it says, when oil surged, when the price of oil, a barrel of oil, surged to $145 a barrel. Okay. Now, a person whose last name is Dehan, who is the head of energy analysis at Gas Buddy, did say that I think gasoline prices will plateau or pretty much even out in the next 3 to 6 weeks. It's probably going to be more like 10 cent to 20. It's probably going to be more like a 10 cent to 25-cent increase. And then he adds, but it's hard to nail down because of the economy. Okay. Now, this person, as well as others, said that demand has been rising as the year has gone on, and peak driving season, usually around Memorial Day, July 4th, it says, could stretch on into this summer. Okay. Many Americans, the article says, are returning to their offices and daily commutes in the fall. Okay. Now, he also goes on to add, and I quote, usually prices peak in April to May. This year, he says, is abnormal. You have gross domestic product numbers accelerating into the summer, and demand for gasoline is accelerating. Now, for those of you who follow my channel, you all know that I have covered gas shortages in at least 2 videos I know of. I talked about how, of course, with what happened with the Colonial Pipeline and people panicking, purchasing gas. And then I also talked about how there were gas shortages across the country. And then I did another video following up to let you all know that the primary reason that they're saying for the gas shortages at the time was not that there was an actual shortage of fuel, but that there was a shortage of qualified fuel delivery truck drivers. Okay, so if you haven't seen those videos, make sure you check those out here on the channel and share them, like I said, with family members and friends, because this is information that we all need to know about. Okay, now another person by the name of Kilduff is his last name, says that we don't expect to see demand trail off like we've seen typically. The pandemic has changed the demand pattern. Okay, and we've seen that ourselves, right? The article says that's going to keep the pressure on gasoline supplies as people shun mass transit. All right. Meaning that, people don't necessarily want to take public transportation. Okay. Now, it also says that there's just not going to be post July 4th relief at the pump that we're used to seeing. So in other words, where typically we're used to seeing the prices of gas go down. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I see your comments. Hello. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you. That's right. I'm bringing news and commentary that you can use. Okay. Now, so basically, y'all, we've seen that, right? We've seen the pandemic has brought about a shift, right? So the article, the person Kilduff quotes saying that the pandemic has changed the demand pattern. We've seen that. And he also adds that that's going to keep the pressure on gasoline supplies as people shun mass transit. There's just not going to be post July 4th relief at the pump that we're used to seeing. Okay. And then he also adds it's going to be a long, hot summer in terms of what you pay for gasoline. Okay. So just be aware. Experts are predicting that not only is the price of gasoline increasing for the July 4th holiday, but that we're going to continue that the experts are claiming that we're going to continue to see these increases at the pump. So let me ask you all this question, and you can put it in the chat. Do you believe that what they were originally saying is that there is a lack of fuel delivery, qualified fuel delivery drivers? Okay, from my understanding, I'm not an expert on this, but from my understanding, these fuel, you got to think about this, y'all. The fuel, people who work in the fuel industry, they're dealing with a product that is flammable. Okay, people can, lose their life if they, mishandle gasoline. So, when you think about it, it does make sense that you have to have someone who is qualified and trained to, put the fuel in the truck, as well as transport the fuel to the destination. You all have seen the fuel delivery trucks when they do arrive to the gas stations. They have to do they do what they do, and they have to, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, they connect something to the ground, and that's how the fuel. I'm pretty sure, without knowing all the ins and outs of it, I'm pretty sure that it does take someone with knowledge and skill to do that. They have to know what they are doing. So, the question that I'm asking you is, and I would like to know your thoughts, whether you're watching now live or you're watching the replay. What do you really think is causing this rise in the gas prices? Do you think that there's still a shortage of fuel delivery drivers, or do you think that these gas companies are saying, we're watching what's going on? We know that it's a lot of money flowing in the economy right now. We know people got stimulus checks. Maybe they got, I don't know, the different business loans out there. We know it's money. We know people got money, and they've been, this past year, or for at least a year or more, people haven't been traveling. And so now different parts of the country, different states are starting to open up. These people want to get out and spend this money. So do you think that it could be that these fuel companies are noticing, hey, we want some of this money back that the government has given? Hold on, y'all. You okay? That was a cup that fell? This live, y'all. I don't do any edits. You okay?
Yeah.
The cup fell?
Yeah.
You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No.
Huh?
No.
Did you waste something?
No.
Okay. Everything is okay? Your foot hurting? Hold on just a minute, y'all. Wait, don't go nowhere. Hold on. Let me see. It hurts. It's okay. All right, lay down. Let me see if I feel okay. You'll be okay. You just probably bumped it, okay? All right, y'all. Had to go into mommy mode. I told y'all, hey, this live. I don't do any edits. So thank you all so much for your patience. Okay, there were a few questions in the comments that I do want to address. Right. Someone said, but is the demand really higher? That's what they are saying. Now we do know, the way supply and demand works. When the supply is less, that does increase demand, and therefore that drives up prices. So, that they're saying that, and I've also reported this on the other videos, that due to increase in travel, that people, there's allegedly a higher demand for gas. Okay. Let's see. Thank you. These are the type of things that, we need to ask questions about, like what's really going on. Is it really a shortage of fuel delivery drivers? And if so, why is there a shortage? Okay. Are these people, the delivery truck drivers, are they being paid properly? Are they being paid what they should be paid? Are they being treated fairly? Are they being, respected? Because at the end of the day, no matter what industry you're working in, you should be respected by, the people that you work for and work with. Okay. Also, that is a good point. Someone said in the chat that people are working from home. So how is it such a big demand? And I think also what they're mentioning is that, and I've seen this just from, living in a metropolitan area where, there is a lot of traffic compared to how traffic was during the pandemic. And then, so what I'm saying is I can see a difference now with the amount of traffic on the highway. It is returning, or it has returned to the same level, same amount of traffic as it was. And it seems like worse. The traffic is worse than it was before the pandemic began. So I could see how there's more of a demand. I could see how, I could see why there's evidence to support there being more of a demand for gas, because it seems like, just from what I'm seeing, it does seem like more people are returning to work. So, but that, like I said, that brings up a question. What's really going on here? Is it that you just want to nickel and dime people who, even, we all know people, money has been flowing in the economy, and we know that, people receive stimulus, different forms of relief, but, people don't want to just spend that all on gas. So, I know at the end of the day, everything, a lot of things are just based on capitalism. And, at the end of the day, these businesses want to make money. But do you have to nickel and dime people, just to get money for your business, is what I'm saying. So, it's happening all across, the country. So let me get back to the article just so I can share some more points. And so speaking of Texas, this is what they're saying, because we know Texas is a state here in the United States who is very crucial to the oil industry. And so the article does mention Texas. The article says that West Texas crude futures jumped 2.4% to settle at $75.23, its highest settle since October 3rd, 2018. So again, when we think about investing, there are companies who are benefiting, companies as well as shareholders of those companies who are benefiting from not only, rising gas prices, rising oil prices. So someone said in the chat, inflation. Yes, I definitely think that. And, I said earlier, y'all, that I was going to do a video on inflation, and I started it, and I'm still doing some research. If you type in, if you go to Google, you type in Google, what is inflation? There are so many stories that come up about inflation and the concerns. There is inflation that, happens from year to year. But when we start to see big or large increases in the prices of goods and the prices of products and goods over, a certain period of time, then it becomes a concern. And that's what a lot of people have. They have those concerns right now about inflation and the large increases in the cost of products and goods each month. So I will be covering inflation. I need to go ahead and finish putting my presentation together, but I need to go ahead and do that so that I can share the information with you all. You're right. So these businesses are starting to say, you know what, we're going to charge you more for less. So I do agree. Someone said in the chat that things are being packaged smaller and they're costing more. That's absolutely right. And so it just seems like that, whether it's a supply chain crisis issue, which I also covered on the channel, whether it's a supply chain issue where they're, saying that they're not able to get access to certain products or things like that. These companies, if you pay attention, this is what I want y'all to do. Pay attention. Think about even maybe a few months ago, like ask yourself, next time you go to the grocery store, or if you go out to eat at a restaurant, wherever you have to go to pay for something, right? Ask yourself, wait a minute, did the price go up? And if the price did go up, what changed about the product? So I just had an example that I was going to share. There, as a matter of fact, one example most recently, one of the very popular fast food restaurants, Chick-fil-A, their, I think it's the kids meal. the kids meal chicken, the what do I want to call it? It used to be a 6-count nugget. Well, they actually they took away a nugget, y'all. So instead of it being a 6-count nugget, it's actually a 5-count nugget. If you don't believe me, look it up or go to Chick-fil-A tomorrow. For whatever reason, I don't know what it was. They decided to take away a chicken nugget, and you know what? I don't even know if they increase the price or not. I'm gonna check on that next time I go, because my family and I, we eat at Chick-fil-A often. But I do know that they took away a chicken nugget. So when someone said that they're packaging things smaller and costing more, that made me think of that example. So all of these things are going on. And again, y'all, these are things that we need to pay attention to, because things are changing. Things have changed. And I feel like if we don't know what's going on and what we need to do about it, then, it's going to end up, it's going to have some negative impacts on us. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, these restaurants, I'm telling you, pay attention when you go there. So getting back to the article, basically the article pretty much talked about how the price of crude oil is increasing, and as well as demand around the world is recovering. And that was pretty much all I wanted to share about that. So it seems like the last thing that the article does mention is that according to the Energy Information Administration, it says that gasoline demand last week was, listen to this, y'all, 9.1 million barrels a day in the U.S., down from 9.4 million barrels a day the week earlier. Okay, so to compare it to last year, it does say that compares to 8.6 million barrels a day a year ago. Okay, so again, y'all, if you do have to travel, or if you're just traveling on a day-to-day basis, again, just anticipate that you will be paying more for gas. Okay. Hopefully this will, as the article did say, it will plateau or even out and return to its normal prices. My daughter, she just had to get her little thumb in the video. Okay. All right. So, again, these are things that we need to know about. And, I think I shared in one of my previous videos when I was talking about the gas shortage. My husband was like, hey, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep our vehicles, pretty much on E. I'm sorry, wait a minute, not on E, not on E, on full. I'm sorry. We're going to keep, my husband was like, we're just going to keep our vehicles on full pretty much, as much as possible, because you never know what's going to happen. I actually saw an article, and it said that a lot of gas stations were running out of fuel ahead of the holiday, the 4th of July holiday weekend. So that's something else, to keep in mind. So again, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So I can't tell you what to do, but I would encourage you to do the same, whether you have one vehicle or multiple vehicles. And, as long as they're operable, if you can drive them, hey, keep a full tank of gas. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share about the rising gasoline prices for the holiday, July 4th holiday weekend. Do keep in mind that the industry experts are saying that the prices are going to increase. So please keep that in mind. So again, I want to thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Please share my channel with your family members and friends. I want to help as many people as possible to get the information so that they can apply it, so they can see what's really going on and apply it and help their family members or friends. Also, we have some great things coming up here at Andrea Speaks TV. We will be having some merchandise available soon. I am right now in the middle of the design stages. So when those products will be coming out, I'll announce them, so you all will know where to go. For those of you who would like to support the channel and purchase merchandise, we'll have that available. And then, y'all, we're just going to keep sharing information and commentary that you can use. So, again, I want to thank you all so much. I appreciate you all taking time out of your Friday night. I know that you could be, anywhere doing anything, but you chose to support me here on the channel. So I greatly appreciate you all for that. Make sure you subscribe, share with family members and friends. And until next time, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching Andrea Speaks TV. Have a good night.